know how, because it was right after takeoff. Like they weren't like that high up yet, right? Because it
I
was
don't.
like 45 seconds after takeoff that it came down.
Yes, I'm not sure where they were at, what happened. All I know is something happened.
The fact that there's another plane crash within like a week-ish, just over a week
Well, I
of
know.
another plane crash like that is insane.
Well, I know if the DC plane crash, what from what I've seen, from what the like FAA is saying before looking at the black boxes, just from the radio transmission and the
Hmm.
radar, the ATC asked the helicopter pilot, I think it's SRJ or whatever the plane was, do you have visual? And the pilot said, yes, we have visual, not going to collide. The thing that a lot of people, Trump included, did not say was there was another plane that was in close proximity to the helicopter that they think the helicopter pilot seen, and that's where like, hey, we're not going to collide. When in reality, the plane that the ATC was talking about's on the other side.
Yeah, I heard. So that helicopter, first off, I think I read that somewhere they may have had their TCAS system, like collision avoidance system, deactivated because it was a training flight, and that's what they were training for,
Well,
which is completely ridiculous around a airport like that.
well, if you're
But
below 1,000 feet, the TCAS system is meant to turn off because then it's going to go crazy over everything down there just because of how much is down there.
oh, okay, yeah, that might have been the reasoning,
Yeah,
and that makes sense.
it's below. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, if or Ben. I'm
Hmm.
going to start the stream in a second, but just from what I've heard from pilots, is at about 1,000 feet when it's supposed to shut off, so it doesn't go. Oh, building another plane. Oh, fly up, and does crazy crap. And then you're like, hey, I'm trying to land. And the plane's like, no, you're going to crash.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I can't say for sure on the TCAS. I know they have to turn off the terrain warning system, or at least they have to turn into a mode where it actually doesn't, warn you if about to collide with the ground, because obviously, like you said, yeah, you don't want the terrain warning system going off when you're trying to land a plane. As far as the TCAS, well, considering it was VFR conditions, you have to throw in the factor that each plane has to at least keep 500 feet of clearance except for within or okay, except for when you're whatchamacallit, except for when you're taking off or landing. So 500 feet is generally the rule that at the bare minimum. So this isn't like oh yeah, up higher, up above 1,000. No, this is at bare minimum. You should not be within 500 feet of another plane before takeoff or landing. But during those phases of takeoff and landing, you can get aircraft closer. That's why you see these simultaneous landings, and some planes had to even clear the runway. Most likely, what the tower probably was trying to do was he's going to tell the helicopter to take off at a lower altitude because helicopters do have a lower traffic pattern than aircraft do. Aircraft is usually like 1,000 for general aviation. I think it's like a 2,000 for commercial aircraft or something like that. It might be three, and helicopters is like on average 500 feet off the ground. So more than likely, the tower suspecting, all right, you fly at 500 feet, then you should be able to clear the runway before this jet comes in. Unfortunately, we do have times where the pilot has to keep that visual separation, which they'll ask consistently, going, "Hey, do you have fill in the blank in sight?" Now, I'm not gonna lie, from being a pilot, not not every time do we have the traffic in sight. We just say that sometimes just to be like, "Hey, yeah, okay, we're looking." At first, we'll be honest, yeah. ATC, yep, we'll keep an eye out for that Black Hawk. Okay, cool. Few minutes down the road here, we're still looking for him. It's like, hey, you guys have that guy in sight? Because if you don't, you can't land you. Most pilots are going to be like, all right, logically, this helicopter is probably not even going to be a factor within the next 5 seconds, and most definitely is not going to be in front of an active runway by the time we get down there. So ATC, yeah, we have them in sight. All right, you have them in sight. Runway 22 cleared to land. Runway 22 cleared to land. And later on, they usually expect a, all right, well, this guy should be out the way, or more than likely, we'll still be looking for the other traffic. Now, we know, okay, yeah, this guy is actually still going to be concerned, whether it's looking in through radar, or we visually can confirm that by going, if this guy's taking off from the middle of the airport, we still have to be reasonably cautious. Then we're still going to look ahead of that anyways. So, more than likely, they said that, yeah, we have it in sight, but reality, they had a faint picture of where that helicopter actually was.
Yeah, so my thing is, and Trump was like saying like on his Truth Social or whatever, and I don't know why he's still doing this because he's like making these posts for attention still, like as if he was still in a campaign, but he's already the president and he needs to like actually step up and be a leader and not like prematurely put blame on the air traffic controller when they did give instructions, like they say pass behind the CRJ or whatever they said. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, the instructions they gave. And I think they could have been a little bit more clear. Like they asked, "Do you see the CRJ?" to the helicopter pilot, and they said that they're going to request visual separation. But they obviously had their eyes, I think, on the plane that was taking off from that airport instead of the plane that was coming into land. So instead of asking the ATC, like they should have asked the helicopter pilot, "Do you see the CRJ in whatever direction that they were going to be referring to as the plane that they were asking for?" They should have actually specified that it was in a certain direction coming in from their perspective, because they can see the radar,
All
and
we
they just said, "Do you see the CRJ?" But there's multiple planes that can be in the area at once.
all we can say at this moment right now is two planes crashed. We don't. We're not going to know until the FAA comes out and says something. It's just
Oh, yeah.
I trust the FAA more than anyone else because well, FAA or even NTSB because those are the people that studied and trained their entire lives for this kind of situation. So
Yeah, yeah, but so we literally just had to sit back and kind of watch it, watch what they're going to say about it because there's just so many different factors that we can't even all comprehend.
all I know
Uh-huh.
is one of the things I know of that I was told is so Kent or what is it? What's the airport name again? Reagan. So
Reagan.
Reagan International Airport is pretty much is over capacity. Like it was built to handle 15 million flights and it's handling like 25 million. And a lot of people are like, "Hey, an incident like this." And this is people that are flying in and out of there. Like this is an incident like this was waiting to happen, just because of the fact that of how much traffic's in the area. And then for whatever reason, officials in DC are like, "No, let's not build another airport, because then we'd have to drive. Let's go into Reagan because it's right here." But
Two
if
times.
if we
Two
consider getting
times.
Yeah, one of them was I was on my way to school, and as I came around the corner in a certain neighborhood with a pavilion that used to be near an existing school. Um, I was coming around there, and it was a snowstorm. As soon as I hit my brakes, well, the brakes just, let's say, just did not work, and we pretty much ended up sliding all the way into a stop sign. Well, not into a stop sign, but there was a bus that was stopped at the stop sign. The car in front of us had actually figured out that there was black ice, and they had enough time to avoid the bus, but in turn ended up sliding into the opposing lane. So I had a choice to even take the chance and try to get onto the curb and onto the grass. And if that failed, I would bounce off the curb and, end up with my front windshield into the back of the bus at eye level. or take the chance and make a left and try to avoid both of them by going off into the grass on the other side. I took that, ended up hitting on the back right passenger side instead of the front, and then colliding with lightly with a tree. Fortunately, everyone was okay, so that was good.
That
And
Car
sounded
still
like
worked afterwards.
a pretty complex situation right there.
anyone,
Fortunately, fortunately, it didn't end up going off too badly. I mean, I think I don't know if it was like a no fault or we took the blame or they took the blame, but it generally ended up working out. And then my car, ever since then, has been having a few issues where something's wrong with the EPU or something like that, or something's wrong with the electronic system that does not allow for the correct amount of fuel or gas, or well, fuel or oil, something of the mix, to be put in at a very rare amount of time, or very rarely. So when I start it up, or if I leave it idling for too long, it may turn into a little bit of a bad sounding engine, then might just cut off. Fortunately, it's one of those kind of shadow things where it only happens like once or twice every month, but still.
well,
So yeah, that's that crash in a nutshell.
the one
Oh,
accident I've been in, if we want to call it an accident, was I was in a Dairy Queen
ooh, I
driveway
love Dairy Queen.
with
Mm.
That's
waiting
my place right there.
waiting to get some milkshakes. I had just placed the order, and I'm
Oh
pulling
yeah.
around, waiting to pull up to the window. And this lady behind me, I can't remember what car she was in, but I'm sitting there. Remember the Hyundai? This is when I had the Hyundai.
Oh
But I'm
yeah.
I'm sitting there, and I put in neutral and put the handbrake on because I did that. But I'm sitting there, and the next thing I know, car in front moves forward, and I'm about to put it in the drive and go forward, and actually no, the car in front didn't even move forward at all. We're just sitting there, and then the next thing I know, I get like launched forward, and I'm like bouncing off the steering wheel, and I'm like, what the heck? Get out, and there's this lady back there, and she's, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do it, I didn't mean to do it. I'm like, what? What?
So she just ran to the back of you.
In the drive-through. Like it wasn't even like I was on the roadway. No, we were in the drive-through.
Jeez.
Damn.
And I don't know. Her and her friend looked like they were basically they looked like they smoked a bunch of dank stuff.
What happened afterwards with them?
Uh, so I got down, and the only damage to my car was like two indents from a bolt. Like
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't a fast accident; it was a slow. And I mean, most bumpers are like 5 mile per hour bumpers. They'll withstand at slow speeds. So I was just like, you know what? I ain't calling the cops and making a report because only thing that's going to do is raise my insurance, and we both went our separate ways. I
Fair
never did
play.
see
Fair
her
play.
again. You
You
know.
The
guys
one
want to
that
hear
got
about?
away.
You guys want to hear my crash that I got into?
Sure.
So I wasn't actually the driver of the in this crash. I was. This was freshman year of college, so it was around September 2019, and me and my cross country friends, um, we were just coming back from playing disc golf. Now I don't know if you guys know what disc golf is, but
Yep.
I was first introduced to it back then, and it's pretty interesting. I sucked at it though, but it was a fun time. And we were coming back, um, and they were driving me back to my dorm. And as soon as we got back to my dorm, we were literally right outside of it. It was me and three other of my running teammates, and I was in the back passenger seat on the right. And so this is right outside the dorm. There's an intersection that's right there, and we were just driving down the road as normal. There was no stop sign for us, so we had the right of way. And on the left, there was an intersection there, but they only have a stop sign on, like, on the side. So this guy was coming from the left. He went just completely through the stop sign, like just didn't stop at all. He was just went into the intersection as we were going through it already, and he T-boned us, and he hit the front passenger side of the car, and it like just totaled both of our cars. Like it was an impact. Like our car just got thrown around to the side, like it like spun around to the left, and it like felt like as it happened, it felt like someone punched me in my hip, like my left hip. And it didn't hurt that much. It just felt a little sore, for a couple days afterwards. But the cars were just very badly damaged. And yeah, that happened right outside of my college dorm. I literally
Ouch.
got back home, or based not home, but to the college dorm, and that happened. So that was something.
So I'm going to say this now for any. This is for our viewers more than us. If you get into an accident and your car crumples up and gets totaled, don't think it's because like cars aren't built the way they used to be built. The car is literally meant to do that, so that way the car absorbs the energy of the impact and not you. Because believe me, if you're in a 1930s car going into an impact at 130 miles per hour, your insides are becoming a strawberry milkshake.
Well, that or, you know, the car you rammed into is going to become a absolute mess because some reason they built the cars back then like literal tanks.
Well, it's like
The one car is going to end up with a strawberry milkshake. The other car is going to end up walking away looking like it just took a dent on the bumper.
like back
No,
then,
I get what you mean. I get what you mean
yeah.
though.
But back then, like most cars didn't even go fast enough to like cause severe bodily injury. So it was like one of those that like at the time it was actually safer to have a car built like a tank. Because I mean, like we're talking about a time when your sports cars were like 130, 140 horsepower engines.
Yeah.
Like nah. And then the thing I think is funny though is when people are like, the horsepower determines how fast my car can go. No, it
Hee.
doesn't.
Then
Obviously, it's based off what kind of headlights you have. That's like
hey,
an obvious known fact.
hey,
Don't, oh yeah, by the way, viewers, don't forget to change your blinker fluid.
hey, make sure to let
dude,
the what was that?
dude, I'd be seeing so many people going down the highway. I'm not gonna say what highway it is, but it's the highway like,
Yeah, I
near
know the one
here
you're.
that goes, through the ghetto, like from the inner city.
Oh, you have to do
Um,
the EC.
yeah, and so many people are just they're just idiots on that highway. They don't use their turn signal. They like I've seen like a slew of like five people like going over 100 miles per hour just flying. I was going 80 and they were flying past me like going so fast. It felt like it seemed like they might have been going like at least 40 miles per hour faster than I was going, and I was going 80. So they were just going so fast. And it was like five of them just flew on past me in the left
You,
lane.
you
Yeah,
see,
nah. Oh, sorry.
oh, no worries. You see, before I moved out of that state, I thought we had bad drivers. But then I moved down to Arizona, and I figured out that they make the drivers in that area look like saints. Like they have NASCAR license. Oh, okay. Let me rephrase that because that could actually. Anyway, they make them look like they actually have like actual sense of how to drive. People down here just literally stop in the middle of the highway, like you see on some of these videos. You're like, why did you stop like that? You look in front of them, they'll drive like what the speed limit's 65? They'll drive like 44. You're sitting here like, what are you doing? And then they'll pull out from the on ramp lane at that speed, and they'll cut in front of you too. You're like, why? Why are you doing this? Then they'll stop randomly. They'll be like, oh right, I have to get off my off ramp. Or matter of fact, when they're turning, no, they're turning on a normal street. It's just even worse. They make a turn. They go all the way down from 45 to like 5. Like, I kid you not. And then it's not even like the little 5 where it's like, oh, okay, oh, I have to do a little turn. Okay, buddy, you took the turn. No, it's like almost a dead stop. Then they go, all right, let me just take my time when turning out this very busy road. Yeah, buddy, listen, I'm about to take off your back bumper by accident. That's not a threat. That's a literal fact.
Dude, Ben, when you crash, I think you said you crashed twice, right? The people that like, did anyone come afterwards to you to like assist you with anything, like police or anything?
Yeah, okay. Oh, that part of that one was kind of funny. Well, part of it was just funny afterwards because the police did come because well, I think one of us ended up calling them. The driver behind us, I kid you not, pulled up in a minivan and rolled down his window, and I quote said this: "You guys should have been more careful." It was me and my brother in the car. They were like, we're like, seriously? Yeah, we're okay too, buddy. The cop wanted to rule it as a loss of control, but not on the ice because obviously that doesn't exist, even though we were standing in the middle of a storm. Okay, that was cool. Then, everyone else just kind of drove by like, well, that was awkward.
I'm sorry, but when you mention your brother, is it the one I talked to
Uh,
that one day?
mm-mm. I have a younger brother.
Okay, I don't know because when you said your brother, I was thinking of your older brother, and I was just thinking, the
No,
mechanic's
if he were
down
there,
here.
he would have had a fit in a few more words that may not be E for everyone. I'll just say it like that.
I'm sorry. I like. Well, I haven't met your brother, but from the few seconds I talked to him, I like your brother.
Well, I will pass along the message. He's currently out on a night on the town.
So, talking about drivers, and we're like, drivers up here are all right. I'm like, because like I drive the truck, and it's not nothing major. It's like a 1 ton, but I got a 30-foot trailer that I haul stuff with, and the other day I had to go out of downtown, way west into basically the boonies, and I mean we're talking way west, and some parts of the town, people will see you and they'll be like, "Oh, big truck. Let me get out of the way because he might not be able to see me." Because when you're driving, I don't know if you guys ever driven like a truck, because like I've driven this
Does a
truck.
conversion van count?
Huh?
Does a conversion van count?
Yeah, I'd count a conversion van.
Then I have driven at least twice.
Like
But continue.
but like so like I've driven this. I've driven our box truck, and with the trailer, it's not as bad if you got nothing loaded because it's a flatbed. So like I can have a pretty good view. Blind spots aren't a big problem. The problem is when you're looking out the right side window or the right side mirror, you don't exactly see people as good. Whereas if you're looking at the left side, on the left side, I can see you 100% clear. On the right side, obviously, it looks a bit farther back. I can still see, just not as good. And this becomes a problem when, like the other day, it's rainy and it's cloudy and there's a whole lot of rain and fog up. People do not turn their headlights on because they're like, "Oh, that's ridiculous." Well, then, a truck like me comes driving down and I'm looking out the mirror like, "Hey, can I get over?" And I can, and there, coincidentally, someone's driving a light gray car that matches in perfectly with the rain and fog, and they're right next to the trailer, and I got to go over, and then I look, and I'm looking real closely because I'm like, "What the heck?" And then the next thing I know, I see a pair of headlights come on. I'm like, "What the heck?" But people do that, or they'll be doing like 55 and a 70, and you'll pass them in the left lane in the truck, and it's like they see the truck and they go, "Oh my gosh, truck, need to speed up, got to be in front of that truck," and they'll speed up, get right in front of you, so you'll get back behind them, and then they go back doing the 55. So then you go to pass them again, and or even better yet, when they do that and get into the left lane in front of you and then decide to slam on their brakes, because slamming on the brakes on something that weighs 3 times as heavy as what you are, at least, is not the dumbest idea since General Custer's last stand.
Yeah. Yeah, I strongly dislike when people decide, yeah, like you said, drive at like 20 miles under the speed limit, and then as soon as you try to go around them, they decide, you know what? Today is my day that I've decided I want to reenact the Fast and Furious movies and decide to match your speed. You're like, you guys, you're going like 20 miles under the speed limit. Now you want to drive it? Okay, fine. You just go ahead. Then they'll slow down right beside you. You're like, what is your plan
I
here? Come
hate
on,
that.
decide. Go in front of me or go behind me.
I hate when people do that. Oh my god.
People do that, and I'm just like,
Dude, that whole scream didn't even come through.
Yeah, like cut out at like the first second, but it still made the point.
Who the fuck? Who is it? What? I should kick your fucking ass. Who is this?
What?
this is my ever soundboard.
You got a second one?
The voice mod one.
Come on, you can do it. You can do it.
That sounded very interesting. Very sussy.
I think they were reading from The Little Train That Could, the excerpt edition. I don't.
Oh, that's the little train that could was going up the hill, and she was going, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, and all the toys in the back were
Come
going,
on, you can do it. You can do it.
I think that's the anime version. Made in Japan.
Well, I like that one hotel from Korea. I think. Have you seen the commercial for it?
I don't know if I have.
So there's this hotel in Japan. They let me see if I can find it.
Now, if you would like to take a commercial break, you now may go grab a snack. Be warned,
Intermission.
it may start back up again.
Here we go. Let me get this. Come on, computer. I know you can. This ain't gonna be part of the... But I just gotta show this, because this is fun.
Korean commercial?
Yes.
옛날에 토끼와
Oh, like
거북이가
North Korea.
숲속에서 놀고 있었어요.
Can you see it?
Yes. Oh no.
Alex Rose.
We watched this on New Year's. Remember?
Did we?
Yeah. It was that night with the long man.
Oh my god.
놀 만큼
Dude, that
놀았다.
was like
이젠
that New Year's
뭔가
2020.
회원 가입 없이도 혜택은
I
그대로.
I
know.
think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was like 4. I think it was 2. No, it might have been.
This one... This commercial is for a hotel, like, service site in Korea.
You see, they saw the rise of furries and what they were doing, and they realized they could bank off this big time. So they're like, "Hey, listen, hey employee, what? We heard you were a furry artist. I'm listening. Yeah, so we need you to do we need you to do a commercial for us. Do you know what kind of art is drawn? I think a few of us know. Just, do your thing. Just make sure it's legible. Okay, yeah, I got you, buddy. The commercial.
Huh? Yeah, at first that commercial reminded me of this one thing. You know that old YouTube video meme? That must have been uploaded in like 2006. Like this is like super super old YouTube. But it's that one like dinosaur dude that goes like "Yee."
Oh
Remember
yeah.
that? I think the video is just called "Yee" or something.
Yeah.
It's like ba 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 yee. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, the whole "you" didn't come through. Oh my god, it like cut off mid-"ye."
Let's see, what is this?
Oh, you know what? That video that you showed, that reminds me of the Cadbury commercials, like the old ones. With like the brown bunny.
Oh yeah. The old school Cadbury. Oh, here, let's find. See, can we find it? Where?
What you guys searching for?
We'll see.
Some kind of video media.
It's alive.
Oh boy, alive.
This is me in the morning.
What?
Me unscrabbly.
What in heaven's name is happening here?
Choca-doobie! Doubly choca-doobie! Pop swabble!
Someone's on drugs making it.
Yodel yum and choco scrum with multi-pop swabble dies! Oh, grubbly!
Oh, now I
Scrubble
see.
now! Snuggle!
I wasn't watching the stream before.
Kinder surprise from Ferrero.
That is a sussy commercial right there.
That's a Bora.
Come back, guy! Yeah!
This is kids, stay off drugs. Don't do them.
Yeehaw!
Dude, next time, oh my god.
The American Express. It comes with free eggs, whatever way you want, free pieces of bacon, hash browns or home fries, and then 2 pancakes. And the pancakes are a foot wide. Like, these are not small
Oh my
pancakes.
god.
I ate the eggs, the bacon, the hash browns. Couldn't even finish half my pancakes. Todd, on the other hand, ate everything.
I was like so upset because I was like, no, Todd, don't delete the video. Because he ended the stream. I was like, okay, the stream's over, that's whatever. But then he like deleted it from his channel. I'm like, no, I want to look back on that. Because that was so funny.
So, I'm going to be honest. I think some people wouldn't even have noticed it, just because.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't know you guys even said anything about drugs.
Well, let's be honest. I'm the one person in our friend group that like people automatically assume I'm high all the time when they meet me, just because apparently I got that, or like even drunk, because apparently I got a drunkard sounding voice, and then I just act like I'm high all the time apparently, which this is just my normal. I'm just an energetic person.
Dude, I remember the Geometry Dash collab video that we did. I think this was in 2019. You were going off the rails. Like me and Ben were just trying to focus like on our game. And we could barely focus because you were just like yelling like a bunch of random shit. It was so funny.
There goes another death. He's getting in front. Oh, and he fell to the spiky.
Though you were like, don't let the triple spikes get in ya. Like, remember you said that?
Don't
Proceeds
let the
to hit the triple spike anyway.
themselves into you. You know, it's in the dark. The dark. When it comes, what the I don't know why I'm doing this voice. Just I'm doing it for some reason. But what the automatic headlights and me have in common?
You did not do that voice during the video.
No, I know
I
I
remember
didn't
that.
do that voice. I'm just doing this voice for now because I can. Like a Boston lobster.
Damn.
Lobster doesn't sound too bad.
Oh.
You know, there's this place that's like right next to the airport that I go to, and it has like actual somehow like I don't even know how they do it, but like it has like actual like cheap but good quality lobster and like seafood and all that, which is not a place you necessarily pair with Arizona. and my neighbor recommended to. I was like, all right, sure, I'll give it a shot. And like, it like actually it's like good too. It's like actual good quality stuff. I was like, what the crap? And it's for like $10. I was like, yo, there's some weird stuff going on here. How
Don't let
how
him.
are they getting? How are they? Because it's like based out of Maine. Like that's all the way across the country, and they're still getting good food out here. What the crap? When you
Yeah,
guys ever
I'm
come up
not.
here, you or well down here, because that yeah, I'm so used to being on the upper half of the country. Um, when you guys come, if you ever guys ever come down here, you guys have to go to that seafood place.
When I get a
I'm not a seafood person like at all. Like I've never tried anything. Like not even fish. Like I
Really?
just don't. I just don't want it. I'm like
Uh,
neophobic, dude.
that's
I'm
fair. That's fair.
neophobic.
so I'm
Like whatever I haven't gotten accustomed to like eating wise by the time I was like 10, I just don't want it. Like I don't want to try anything new whatsoever besides what I've already like become used to.
All right, see here's what we're gonna do, Al. We're gonna take this guy out to the middle of the desert. I mean, we're gonna take this guy out to a we're gonna take this guy out to a national park with a few facilities that are not very close close together, and then we're gonna go on a
What?
hike, you know, and then all of a sudden, we to get to this hiking area, we wouldn't have to we won't have any time to eat anything beforehand, and no breakfast. We had to leave very early, so we're gonna wake up, and then the night before we flew in late, so obviously we don't have the time to eat. But just in the middle of this hike, when we need food, there's going to be this place that serves only stuff that Mizuki has not eaten
Why do you keep calling me
before
Mizuki?
before
Wait a
before
minute.
he was 10.
I'm white.
Okay, yeah, that trip sounds like a disaster.
this is going to
What a
be
disaster! It sounds like a very fun. This doesn't it sound fun, Al?
this is going to be
No,
me halfway through that trip.
I'm
Yep,
never.
that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Yeah,
Back to this part of the video.
I'm never going to a desert ever again. I went there the last time that I'm probably ever gonna go to one, and this is the last time I'm probably ever will have flown like in a plane ever because I think I want to retire from air travel. Just saying, because I'm like scared as fuck as because of the
What?
crashes and all that.
Come on! I got some tickets for you. Matter of fact, no tickets. Just get on the plane to me. We're going someplace. All right, I'll fly up there to you.
All right. I trust Ben, but I don't trust like the helicopter pilots or none of that because of the recent times, the things that have happened. But yeah, I went to Las Vegas in June 2021, and I got out of when when we got there, we got out of the airport, and it was after midnight. It felt like we were walking into a volcano. Like it was after midnight, pitch black. It was over 100 degrees out there in Las Vegas.
Yeah. You
And I don't
see,
know why we went in June. We could have gone in like some other, not as hot month, but we decided, me and my family, we went there, and it was like, my God, it was so hot. It was like 117 degrees or something, like in the afternoon. Like it was just so unbearable. I don't know how I got through that, but there was a fun roller coaster out there though. It was called like the Big Apple coaster. It was kind of sketch. I know you're into coasters, guys, but if you guys know what that one is, you could probably look it up. It's kind of a sketchy coaster. Like it has a sketchy inversion. It's kind of a meme in the coaster community, but it was fun. It was kind of expensive though, but thankfully I wasn't paying anything
Are you
because it was
talking
at
about?
my parents' expense.
Are you talking about the one that's up on top of the building?
Yeah, it was like it's in New York, New York. That's like a place in Las Vegas. It's just called like New York, New York. I don't know why they called it that, but
I think the Statue of Liberty and the facade of New York might be why they call it New York, New York. You know,
Yeah, it's
just
just
a
New York.
hunch. Just a
It's
hunch.
New York, except it's not in New York.
Lobster in New York, in Vegas. Come on, guys. Gotta get that
Yeah,
lobster.
dude, I am never going back to Vegas. We went through the casinos and everything, and like there was like places to get food there, and we went to this one place. It had like pizza, and it was ridiculous. I got like for 5 slices of a pizza, it was $50. It was crazy,
50
and they weren't even
bucks.
big pieces. They were like regular sized pieces of pizza.
Bruh.
It was $10 a slice. Like it was crazy.
I will say, if you ever come out to the like West Coast, including California or Arizona at least, especially Arizona, I'm not gonna lie, because yeah, just don't come in summer. Like that's one of those ones where it's like in the East Coast where people say don't come in winter. That's the same thing down here in Arizona and like California. Like you said, it doesn't drop below 100 at nighttime, even though it's midnight. And at the I've lived through one of these things, and it literally does not go below 90 degrees for the whole like I think it was like yet but a few nights out of the summer that it went to 89. So when
Yeah.
people tell you it goes down to like when people say, "Oh yeah, 95 degrees." Oh my gosh, that felt like a nice summer breeze day. We were relaxing. That was like the best. They are not joking. It's like okay, it's like up there with you guys in the East Coast where it's like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, it was -7 yesterday." Gosh, oh my gosh, I thank God it's like 30 degrees now. Man, that feels so much warm. It's like the same thing as that. You know, half the country's going to look at you like 30 degrees. That's below freezing still.
Give me. Let me.
Half the country's
Yeah.
gonna look at us like, "What do you mean 95? That's like blistering hot. That's cool for us."
I wonder if like 70 degrees feels like cold to them if they're like used to being in over 100
Yes,
degrees like all the time.
yes,
They put on like sweatshirts for 70 degrees.
yes. I kid you not. We pre-flight the plane, and when it's like 70 or 60, we're like, "Gosh, it's kind of chilly out here." And then, no, I remember one time my first flight back after I got my instrument rating, they had us do a flight at 4 a.m. And I had a new instructor. We're getting the flight ready. It was 43 degrees, and we're both like quote unquote frozen at this point. We're like, oh my gosh, this is so freaking cold. And so we get done. My instructor on the way back is like, listen, I am going to do everything in my power to make sure we do not have a flight that starts that early ever again. So yeah, and it's kind of weird because at first when you come out here to start living, like when someone says, "Oh, it's 60 degrees and it's pretty chilly out here," like 60. This is like spring. This is nice. Nah, after about a few months, your body adapts to it. Then you start to go, okay. Oh my gosh, it's 60 degrees. Oh gosh, I need to put a sweater on out here. Kind of feels like that. It's
Yeah.
weird. It's really weird in a way.
Yeah, I'm never going back out there. I've retired from deserts.
How
I've
about
probably
Florida?
retired from air travel. You know, the other thing about it is like I was like severely jet lagged because the flight that we were taking like after the whole vacation, we also went to Utah like after Vegas. But so when we came back after the whole thing, the flight that we were taking back, it was like delayed for like 6 hours, and we were just in the airport just doing nothing for that time. I'm pretty sure by the end, by the time the flight actually like was finished and we got back home, it was like we had stayed up for over 24 hours, and I was just miserable. Like I literally went on this like just rant on Discord to the Mario Kart community, and I was like just so out of it. And I was just saying a bunch of crazy shit that got a lot of people pissed off, and that's basically what started me losing all my Mario Kart friends
Um,
was that flights because I was jet lagged and just in the worst mood ever. I was just
uh,
spiraling out of control because of that. So that's my last flight ever, most likely.
Yeah, jet lag can be kind of rough because when I came back from Hawaii, because Hawaii's like 6 hours like behind the current time zone you guys are in. And so it's like I came back and I kid you not, for like a solid like six or not six, but at least 2 months I was nocturnal. Like for the rest of the summer essentially. I was like completely nocturnal. So I like go to sleep at like 10 a.m. or 11 a.m.
Oh yeah, I've
Sometimes
been
like
there.
1 p.m. And then I
I've been
wake
there.
up at like 9 p.m. Like
I've been there, dude. I've been there. Yeah, I used to do that in college. Sometimes, even at some points, like late last year, I was kind of just my sleep schedule was so messed up. I was going to bed at like 8, 9, 10 a.m. Some nights, like waking up at like 5 p.m. before
yeah.
work.
I
Like I
used
don't
to
know
do
what I
that a
was
little bit
doing.
too last year.
I was just time trialing like all night in Mario Kart, just until 8 a.m. basically. Like sometimes I would even set records like after 8 a.m. and like the sun had already come up, and I was just like still time trialing, and then I end up setting the record. It was just I don't know why I was doing that. Like I could have been on a much better schedule, but the thing is, like waking up before work, like with my schedule, because I work starting at 7 p.m. If I woke up at 5 p.m., I was like feeling good, like at work. Whereas if I woke up at like, before noon, like in the morning, then I would feel like so tired, like later on in the evening for when I was working. So that's probably why I like slipped into that sleep schedule in the first place. But I
That's
still
fair.
should
That's
have went
fair.
to bed like before sunrise, probably.
I don't
I
know. I
guess.
mean, if it works, it works, you know.
Well, yeah, it's just in the summer though, the sunrise starts at like 5. Like you can even notice the sun starting to come up at like 5.
Oh yeah, like you see the
Yeah.
sky start turning blue at like 5 a.m. and then yeah, the sun comes up not much after that. You just
Yeah.
watch the sun, you just watch the sky turn blue and you're like, oh, or no, no, no. It gets really jarring when you're just chilling. You're like, ah, yeah, it's still nighttime. Then you hear the birds outside your window. You're like, oh no,
I
oh
gotta get to
no.
sleep. What am I
You don't,
doing?
you don't even have to look at the clock. You're like, it's 5 a.m. Crap.
oh man, yeah. Nah. Actually, I'm thinking of possibly. This is still in the works. This
Ooh,
would be, if it's all right with you, possibly
ooh,
planning a trip down there one of these days.
oh, all right,
Go
all
down
right.
like Arizona.
Yeah, down where FG is at.
Hey,
Um,
let's go. That
yeah,
would be
go.
cool to have you down here. I had my family come up here and visit at least one time, so that was cool. They were extremely hot. I mean, one of them, yeah. In other words, yeah, it would be nice to have you up here or down here. Good grief.
You know what's funny about Ben? You're in Arizona, right?
Roger that.
I know I'm not gonna say who this is, but I know there's someone else from our school, like our high school, that is also in Arizona. But and she was like she kind of like influenced my Mario Kart, like the name I used for it. The Mario Kart community probably has an idea for who this is, but I'm not gonna say on the podcast because I don't want to like out her or anything. But yeah, she's in Arizona now. She's not where we're at anymore. She's where Ben is at, or
Wow.
somewhere around there.
All
I
right.
forgot
All
what
right.
city exactly, but I saw on Facebook. What area, or actually, you probably don't want to say what area you're in in Arizona.
I'll say fifth largest city in the U.S.
The fifth largest. Oh, is that what, Phoenix? They race
Yeah.
there in NASCAR.
I was about to say. I mean, at this point, I highly doubt anybody's really gonna do anything with that. It's not like I'm gonna say exactly what part of Phoenix I live in, but
Yeah, that's a big ass city, dude. They, yeah, I love the name Phoenix because there's like this Toho, remix group that was called like Dark Phoenix or Phoenix Project. That's actually still gonna be a thing this year. I think Phoenix Project is gonna make a return. But ever since like getting into that, music stuff, like the Toho remixing scene, I've just been obsessed with the word Phoenix. It's just such a cool word. Unfortunately, it rhymes with this one person's name, like Mario Kart name. It rhymes with Phoenix, but that doesn't take away from how awesome that of a word it is. It's just so cool. Like if I could name myself, like if I could go back and name myself like for Mario Kart, I'd probably would have chose Phoenix over the other stuff I chose for my name. Oh well.
I have
It
a
do be
feeling
like that sometimes.
this is going to be the plane me and Mizaka are going to be flying in.
Terrain.
You better hope it's not. I just started learning what I think it's CT. I think it's CTIF. Control or CF. Control flight. CFIT. Control flight into terrain. Meaning that you have full awareness. Nothing's wrong with the plane. Nothing's wrong with you. You just fly into the terrain apparently, and it's called controlled into flight. Yeah, controlled flight into terrain. So you better. That's not the case with how many mountains there are out here. We actually have to raise the minimum altitude by at least 2,000 feet for safety on IFR charts. See, out there, you guys get the luxury of having everything nice and flat, so everything can be close to the ground if need be. Up here, it's like you want to go from like Phoenix to you want to go to Phoenix to Flagstaff? Yeah, you better be prepared that your minimum altitude is at least 10,000 feet. In more areas, it's at least 11 to 12 at minimum. Like, come on, I want to go somewhere up there.
Attention passengers, we are doing a regular scheduled landing in the Superstition Mountains. Don't ask me why.
Are
Gotta
you
test the
using a
landing
voice
gear.
changer? Are you using a voice changer now?
Yeah,
Nice.
that's how I got my.
How I got my soundboard.
Dude, what app are you using for that? Is that like a Discord built-in thing?
Voice mod.
Oh, it's a bot. Okay.
Voice mod.
Voice mod.
Yeah, it's not on Discord. It's its own thing.
Okay. Yeah, I've always wondered how to do that. Like, just change my voice into some cute anime girl. That would just be so funny, dude.
I think Mr. Bub, I think it was Bub who recommended the voice software to Al.
What about what is the voice harmonizer? Like, what is that shit? What's that called again? It's like some of my Mario Kart friends like use that to prank me, and I was like, "What is even going on
Is
in the
it
call?"
this one?
Yeah, it's that one, I think.
It's called Magic Chords.
Yeah, it was like that, except it was kind of like unrecognizable. It almost was like a glitch. It might have been a glitch, honestly, but it was like it sounded like they were harmonized, and you couldn't even really tell what the guy was saying. It was like harmonized though.
Yeah, some of them aren't built evenly or equally. So if you speak too fast, everything will just come through as a straight blur.
You
So
speak too fast.
yeah, so in like a normal sentence of "Hi, I like going to the movies." Okay, that's your normal voice, and then you put it through the sound thing and like, "Hi, I like going to the movies." You just hear a bunch of stay like, "What did you just say?" Or I guess prolonged sentences at a faster pace that kind of where everything blends together, and you're like, "All right, I got like the first like 7 words of that like 4 sentence paragraph you said there. What was the rest of what you said?"
Hi, I like going to the movies.
He's a ginger. He doesn't have a soul.
I have no soul. Please give me one.
Whoa. Whoa.
Souls for gingers.
No, I will not be giving you a soul. That is
Negative on that soul.
That is a forbidden word in my world.
You have no
It's a
choice.
bad word.
We go on saying, in the name of Jesus, I strike you down. The Taco Bell.
Dude.
You want some Taco Bell?
Dude, I only ever went there one time. Like my Mario Kart friend, they keep telling me to like go through Taco Bell, and they're like telling me it's like really good. They got the Baja Blast, and I'm like, no. Like I went there once, and it was just not good. Like I didn't enjoy it. I
I'm not
probably
gonna,
got the wrong thing, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm neophobic, as I said.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I used to go to Taco Bell like when I was like younger a lot. Like when we were going out for like or when I was going out for like tutoring lessons and all that. Because I would just like I wouldn't even get anything fancy. I would literally just get like 2 tacos on a hard shell, or 2 tacos with that hard shell with just meat and cheese and hot sauce. And then they had these things called like sparklers, which were essentially just like Sprite with syrup in the bottom of them that you could mix up. And like that was like, if we got that, that was like a great thing. But now it's like, yeah, I don't know what's happening at Taco Bell anymore. I just know your stomach will get screwed up. You'll end up on the bathroom, or it's that place that's always constantly memed.
This is me after having Taco Bell.
I'm not sure what's going on, but my asshole is in danger.
Dude.
That's a
Oh, yeah.
wild soundtrack.
Dude, where are you getting that from?
Oh, voice mod.
Did you take a gray bike from these railings on the night of the 25th? You are going to die! I am going to ultra kill you! I will spend the rest of my life tracking you down.
That comes from like some anime.
You will never sleep again.
That Ghost in the not Ghost in the Shell, that one that's like dub badly on
I am coming for you!
Yeah.
Oh
Gabriel.
my god, dude. Remember the Xenoblade dubs? Like Todd was showing me it. Like I can't remember which game it was. Maybe it was Xenoblade 2, but like the dubs where Rex is like charging and he's going like it sounded so bad. Like it was just funny.
I'm trying to think, was this one?
Car crash! Glass shattering! Good lord! General commotion! Baby crying! Yelling! Police sirens!
What are we hearing?
Helicopters! We're reporting live! Explosion!
Dude,
My leg! My leg!
what is happening, dude?
It's all from that game, Ultra Kill.
Oh, that was. I'd say that sounded like vaguely familiar on some of that. I was like, that sounds like I've heard that before.
Drugs. What's wrong with them? I want them.
Legally, we do not endorse anything that is being played over the soundboard for legal purposes. We have no control, and we'll be signing an NDA of anything that happens.
Yeah. Just for legal purposes. Not for illegal purposes.
Nope, definitely not that in Minecraft, obviously.
There was a misinput. Calm down. You calm the fuck down. There was a misinput.
Dude, how many like soundboard things are there like on your thing?
This is just the ones I got on my soundboard. There's like a million of them. Like,
oh, so you have like your own custom soundboard that like you put stuff into?
yeah, you can add sounds to your own like soundboard. Like I got.
FBI, open up!
Let's see. Who gaffed? What? Ah! Let's see. What are you doing, Kyle? I'm just doing my homework.
Your what?
Oh no. My friend one of my other friends had a soundboard, and he would like record people, like clip people what people would say in the server, and he got it so well to a point where one of them said the N word, and in the clip, and he just sometimes just played it randomly through the conversation with the guy in there, and we're like, wait, no, because it sounded so realistic. It's like, yo, wait a minute, you didn't actually. It's like, oh, it's just a recording. Blood, what's going on with that?
Wait a minute. I'm white.
POV, you get pulled over.
Cole,
Now,
you
when
should
I-
like add some of my soundboard stuff like from a server I'm in. We have some pretty interesting voice clips of me, like sounds that I've made, and it kind of goes off the rails a bit. Like
Honestly?
some of them I'm just moaning in them. It's crazy, dude.
Honestly,
I'm not
we just
gonna
need a
replicate
sound
it.
clip.
I'm not gonna replicate it for this podcast, but you should just do it. Yeah, I'm not doing that. It sounds like that, except it's like much higher, like pitch, like sussy voice. If you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when I said that I could sound like an anime girl? Yeah, I could probably actually sound like one if I wanted to, because I got a pretty. I used to practice my femme voice when I was going through like a phase of some sort in 2023, and it was pretty interesting. But oh yeah, maybe you could like say something, and I could with your voice changer, and I could try to replicate it.
Oh boy,
like for real. Not
maybe
the
not that.
though.
Maybe not that. Oh, that's the
I-
voice changer.
I have to first understand what he's.
Or should I do the one?
You see, that one's like for some reason that one's like hard to understand after like 2 or 3 words. It's like you can hear the first 3, then it just goes like.
Yeah, it sounds like a
I
robotic.
have been radicalized.
It sounds like a robotic voice almost.
This ain't
Sounds
even
like
robotic. This is through a megaphone.
This is through a megaphone.
Okay, stop.
Ew.
Stop.
You want me to stop? FTV,
The comfort
oh my
level.
God.
The comfort level is dropping immensely.
Yeah, the voices are a little too sussy right now.
I can't tell if he's saying words or he's just making sounds now.
I'm trying to breathe.
You're trying to breathe?
You're making me laugh, FG.
What?
I heard FG. That was the only
I
thing
heard
I
some.
could
I'm
understand.
trying to give you blank FG. That's what I interpreted.
I said, you're making me laugh.
You're making you. Why?
You're making him laugh.
I don't know. Something about comfort level just. Oh man.
I understood the very last 2 words of "oh man." I didn't get anything else in between that.
I feel like we could probably understand the Daft Punk voice changer more than that. Like whatever that one was.
Oh man, now I just sound like a boomer. Like from the country. Oh, you guys
that one
wanted to go
kinda
out and
sounds legible.
wrangle some cattle? We would have get some cattle. You can bring it back in. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Those
Oh,
are
yeah,
some
boys.
voice changers.
Oh.
He's
Oh, is
going to
that the Daft
Sensei.
Punk one? Is that the
This is
Daft
one of
Punk
them.
voice changer?
And then here's the ever Daft Punk. Oh, I got reverb.
You got
Delay.
reverb.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot of reverb. That laugh was very subtle. Oh my God! What? That's very very eclectic.
Yes. Epileptic.
And epic.
Interesting.
Behold my amazing powers.
Sounds like you're about to go to a club and be a DJ.
I am your
Or-
DJ tonight, and I shall play all the best tunes. Behold and be amazed.
Dude,
That
there's
sounds like the start of a song.
Dude, you sound like some Star Wars character. I don't know why.
Stop, you Republic dogs.
There's this one DJ that I really like. It's the you know the radio station Hot 97.7.
I don't listen to it, but
It's like there's this one guy on it, and he's like he goes by the name DJ7, and he like makes the funniest like voices on the radio ever. Like whenever there's like a transition to a song, he's like outsiders Zires on DJ 97.7. Like I just butchered that, but it's awesome. Just look up DJ7 on not Hot 97.7.
Welcome to the new radio station, where we play nothing but the hottest hits, yesterday's classics, and tomorrow's future. Boom, ba-da-dum, ba-da.
Guilty's on their vacation far away.
Oh wait.
Here's the song that's going to be playing. Where?
I got a Glock in my Rari. 17 sauce, I'm
What is that song?
Glock in my Rari?
Yeah, but anime edition.
Anime edition.
Right.
Oh no! No! No!
So
Stop it! I know exactly what song that is. You don't even have to play the rest of that.
I did not know what that is.
This was Ben during that. See, what?
Let's just say,
Wait, that one ain't.
it's a very, very song, but a very furry song. If
Furry?
you get what I mean.
It's our song.
It's R, like the letter R.
Oh yes, our people. We have come to you to stop these capitalist dogs from taking over the world. We are the true leaders of the communist revolution.
Oh my
The
God.
Soviets have shown up to stop the capitalistic dogs. The enemy shall be defeated here.
You guys' Russian accents are actually like good. I've never practiced one in my whole life.
In Soviet
Like I
Russia.
probably can't even do one.
Go
Let's
ahead,
see.
comrade. Give it a try.
Join the cause.
Alrighty. Oh yes, guys. What is on the menu?
Okay, calm down. Okay, calm down. You need some more practice.
I don't know what I was saying.
That was a pirate, my friend.
What, am I your friend to you?
You are my comrade, friend.
Oh, yes, I am a comrade. This is so cringe. Oh my God.
You're the comrade of our people.
This is the first time I've ever, like, actually tried to do a Russian accent, and it just went horrible.
It is going somewhere, comrade. It takes time to transfer you over from the capitalist ways of the dirt. You will get there.
Comrade, it takes many years and many days, but I don't know what it's becoming now, because whenever I do an accent, it's come something else. I don't know. Does anyone know what this accent is?
Sounds Scottish.
Maybe that's what it is.
Oh,
Yeah, you
yeah.
know what? That's what it is. It's something like that, like a mix between that and something else. You know, glory to the king and all that.
You just heard my yawning accent. It's called a yawning accent.
I was not aware of this dialect. Bless you.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head out and go watch the rest of those NASCAR heat races that went on tonight. Let's watch the replay.
All right, comrade. We shall wish you good night. See you.
We'll have a glorious night.
Oh yeah.
Do not
Cool.
stray from the path. Yes.
Alpha, do you wanna Are you free tomorrow? Because my dad's coming over here to watch it's called the Clash at the. I almost said the Coliseum. That was last year. The Clash at Bowman Gray Stadium. It's like a NASCAR exhibition event. It's like not even part of the main schedule, but it's like an extra race to start off the season. And we were just gonna watch it over here. So yeah,
What
feel free
time
to
is it?
drop by. It's I think it starts at 8. There's like a last chance qualifier race
8
that's
in the
at
morning
6,
or
but
yeah?
no,
Okay,
at night.
afternoon. All right, yeah, no, I should be available.
Okay, yeah, just feel free to drop on by.
I shall hit you up, comrade, on the morrow.
Oh, oh yes. Also, we
So
should do like a live stream at some point. Like I've believe it or not, I've never done like my actual like own live stream. Like just like a live stream that was like signed into one of my accounts. Like I was responsible for a live stream. I've been on other people's live streams, but I've never done my own live stream. So I kind of always wanted to do one of those just to see what happens. So maybe we could do like a live stream or sometime like Mario Party or something. I don't know.
yeah,
We'll see if Todd wants to
Okay.
get out on it. And he can like show me the ways of live streaming gaming on Twitch.
Ooh, Twitch.
You guys haven't live streamed ever on Twitch, right?
I haven't. I've been thinking of possibly doing it.
Negative
That
on
would be
my part.
fun.
Which, if you guys are interested, I was thinking of possibly doing maybe a Stormworks, which I sent some images in the general. But I was thinking of doing a Stormworks stream or something. I just gotta find people to play with.
See, I feel like you always play like different games that I'm used to playing. Like that looks like underwater Minecraft right there.
So it's kind of like Minecraft, but I more play just to get creations and do like goofy stuff. So like the
Okay.
one's an old like Steam tramp, and then I got a old like fleet repair ship that has guns, and I accidentally shot my ship up and it never sank. But I shot up the other ship and sank it, and I was like, ooh. And then the plane, I was flying along, and it's a Honda jet, but I was flying along, and the left wing got shot up by a tank, and
Oh
I was
damn.
paying more attention to
Dang.
the tank and not to where I was going, and flew into the side of a mountain.
That sounds like fun. If you guys ever get do you see the new Switch like they're actually calling it Switch 2, which is smart because that's why the Wii U failed. They called it the Wii U instead of Wii 2, although in Japan Wii 2 would be something a little sussy in the pronunciation of it. But if you guys know what I'm saying, like 2 in Japanese is we or it's ni and then we and then ni.
Mm.
That would be
I
kind of
see.
funny though. That would actually be the perfect name for it, honestly. But
Yeah, it's like,
that's why the
hey,
Wii
you get
failed.
the you
People
get the new
didn't know
Wii.
that it was the next thing, like the next console. They just thought it was like an accessory to the Wii. So the Wii U flopped, and now they're actually calling like the successor to the Switch 2. So people are gonna know now to buy it because it's the next console. It's the next new thing because it has the number 2 in it. So,
Oh yeah, you
and
gotta
there's gonna
make
be a
that
new
distinction.
yeah, and there's gonna be a new Mario Kart. So obviously that's gonna be popular. If it's a launch title, that launch is gonna be crazy because it's the first time a Mario Kart has ever possibly been a launch title. So
It's been a while
I'll
since
be
they've
looking
launched a
forward
new
to that.
Mario Kart in general.
You haven't what?
It's been a while since they've launched a Mario Kart.
Oh my god, dude, you're just feel my pain. They have not made a true new Mario Kart game on a console since Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch does not count. That's just a port with extra tracks and extra battle mode, like some other like neat features. That's fine, but like the last true brand new Mario Kart was Mario Kart 8. and that came out over 10 years ago. And that's, that's obviously a big enough problem on its own. But then the fact that you see, like, I don't know if you guys saw it, the new like Mario Kart trailer, like when they revealed the Switch 2 in the reveal trailer, they showed the new Mario Kart on it, and it looks cool, don't get me wrong, but it still looks a little too similar to Mario Kart 8. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not impressed with what I saw. If it feels like, gameplay wise, if it controls and feels too much like Mario Kart 8, it could possibly be using the same engine. And if it's like just way too similar to Mario Kart 8, which came out in 2014, then I'm gonna be so pissed at Nintendo, dude. I'm just I can't with Nintendo anymore. But we'll see. I don't know. Obviously the whole like, game hasn't really been like, it hasn't had a proper trailer yet, gameplay trailer. So we'll see what it turns out to be.
Yeah. I mean,
The possibilities are infinite.
you never know anymore. I don't have a whole lot of faith in the video game industry.
But
I don't
where
know.
it's just having a little bit of a dent right now. It's like 2008 or 1929, in America. Some bad things happen consistently, but just ignore that last part.
I hear that accent and I saw you person log. He had a bit of accident, but it increases price. Would you like to buy free? I sell free for a price of 4. But
That sounds extremely suspicious.
It'd be a great deal. Totally
No.
not hiding any communists inside. What do you say, good friend? I shall follow you out to your car and pat your back until you decide you will buy. Don't mind me, I'm only sitting in your back seat, petting your back. Don't call the police, this isn't unweird.
It's like
Totally normal.
Sir, we are in Texas. You know what we carry around in our hip.
Don't worry, friend. I already into the big iron.
You forgot about the glove box.
Don't worry, friend. It's a rubber snake.
You forgot about the one in the ceiling.
Don't worry, friend. It's a thumbtack.
You forgot about the one I swallowed. I was keeping.
Don't worry, friend. It was a cyanide pill.
What?
Touche. That point just be like, it's like, wait, hold on. If that were true, then why are you trying to get me to buy something?
Don't worry, friend. I have antidote. If you buy 3 plugs for the price of 4, I shall throw an antidote for an extra cost.
I don't get paid enough for this. Hi, guys.
Don't worry. They shall keep you alive in an underground facility until you decide to buy. It's a good price. Trust me.
What is that? What exactly is he buying?
How much are we talking here? That's a little bit.
He's buying 3 pulls and rugs for the price of 4.
And how much are these rugs?
2 to 3,000 a rug.
I already have rugs. I don't need any more.
I don't have pulls and rug right now, but I will deliver. I promise I shall deliver it to you before next year. Don't ask me what this accent is. It's something, but I actually do not know what this is right now.
It sounds like a country from Europe. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's what I'm like. It sounds like European, but just what European? Maybe I should send it to a European friend and ask them what it is. Now it's turning into something else. Just if I do
It kind of sounds like fucking Slovenia. Is that a country? Slovenia.
I don't know. I guess maybe I can do a Slovenian accent. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I do accent. I don't.
Okay, yeah, that is a country. I swear I knew someone on Twitter from that country, and that kind of sounded like him.
Oh man, we shall figure out what it is.
All right, I'm gonna get going.
Go get going. Bye, Persian rug. See you
All
tomorrow,
right.
friend.
Hopefully, by the time we do the next podcast, there will not be like 50 million more plane crashes.
Well, I doubt
Man,
there
I
will be
swear.
more plane crash. There shouldn't be a
Yeah.
plane crash, comrade.
Yeah, we just gotta keep our hopes up. And no sussy activity is gonna be going on
No
up in the
sussy
air.
no sussy activity goes in my warehouse in the dead of night, officer. I promise. It ain't like there's a million guys hiding in there. There ain't no one rolled up and no Persian log in there. I promise. You can trust me,
Alright.
promise.
Promise. I will keep your promise to heart.
Good comrade.
Alright. See you, dudes.
See ya.
It will.
Have a good one.
Oh man, I really don't know. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to get stuck with it until it changes to the next accent.
It do be like that sometimes.
Yes.
People thought I was from Great Britain for a time.
Well,
Like if they didn't see me and I start talking, people would be like, "Oh yeah, you're straight out of England." I'm like, "No, I'm not."
well, you'd be just talking and then out of nowhere you'd just go. Oh, let's see. Can I find a sound for this? Let's see. Yeah. I'll try it later. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. I don't want the Microsoft Store.
The glorious